These are the biggest mistakes I see rappers make when they're performing. What up, it's ReeCee Raps, and this is ReeCee's World, where you take back control of your creativity, your career, and your catalog. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe and you hit that bell notification so you can see when I'm posting. I post a lot of different videos to help indies and just everything I've learned up to this point. I'm ReeCee Raps, I'm a hip hop artist, I'm a rapper, I'm a host, I'm an event curator. So let me tell y'all about what inspired me today. I have a show coming up, and with COVID this year, it hasn't been a lot of shows I've had. I've had very few shows. I actually threw a few shows. I did Unplugged Open Mic in January and in February. Then I also did the jam session. So I did Sunday jam sessions. So I have all these opportunities that I create for artists. I used to do open mics weekly in Charlotte. So I mean, I've seen a lot of different performances, and the main base of my people are rappers. So today's video is gonna be more geared towards the rappers. I feel like everybody can learn from this as well, because I do see singers do this as well. But I'm just gonna talk about stuff I hear mainly rappers do, because I feel like we need to be talked to as rappers. Like, we need somebody that's gonna just talk to the rappers, because it's different when you're rapping versus when you're a singer. Like I said, I do the open mic. I see a lot of people perform, and when I perform myself, that's one of my strong suits, is performing. I get a lot of compliments on my performances, but me, myself, I have made these mistakes as a rapper and starting out and trial and error and different stuff. So I wanna help you so you don't have to make the mistakes. I see a lot of people are getting out and active and starting to perform more. And so I just hope that when we're coming out, we're coming with a different energy and we're not doing the same stuff. Here are some of the biggest mistakes I see rappers make while performing live, and here are some tips to help you with a better live performance, a more entertaining live performance. So I'm gonna start with the mistakes. For one, a big mistake that I even did a couple times, but for the majority not. Nobody's using a show disc. Most people, unless you go to like a real hip-hoppy show, they're rapping over their lyrics. That means like the full track, like the same track that you get on the album is the one you're sending to the DJ. That's a no-go. You should have what they call a show disc. What that means is that you're taking out the lead vocals on the verses. That's how I do my show disc. I take out the lead vocals on the verses, so you might keep in your ad-lib, and then some people like to keep in the back ends of their lines so they don't have to literally rap out every line, and then you keep the full chorus on there so you have a live experience. You're not just listening to somebody rap over the vocals, because rappers ain't harmonizing, so you're not even harmonizing with your lead tracks. It's just like you hear two different voices rapping at the same time, so that's definitely a no-go. Another thing that I see a lot of people do is hold the mic like this, and I did that too at one point. Or I'll grip the mic, or I'll cuff the mic because I can't hear, but actually supposed to hold a mic like this, so like you're actually talking into the mic. You don't want to block off the sound, so like sometimes you may feel like they can't hear you, but they can. So I even have to remember myself, stop cuffing the mic. Sometimes I'll hold it like this, where it's like halfway over top, halfway at the bottom, but oh, what you don't want to do is do this or hold the mic like this. You want to hold the mic like this, kind of a little bit away from your mouth. You don't want to be like, you want to actually give the mic room to be a mic. So stop cuffing the mic. Another tip is invest in your own microphone if you can. So while you're in a position to invest in your own microphone, do that. I have 2 microphones. This one was actually gifted to me. Shout out to DJ Planet Funksville. He had an extra mic and he gave me this wireless one, which I'm very grateful for, because wireless mics can be very expensive, or can be a little more expensive. Both work perfectly fine. It's just that one has a wire and one doesn't. It's really nice to have a wireless mic, but if you can't afford a wireless mic, definitely at least get a wired mic. You want to invest in your own mic. Reason why you would want to invest in your own mic is because you want to have your own equipment, especially now with COVID. You definitely just want to have your own equipment. You never know when it may come in handy. I have a Sennheiser mic. This is my wired mic. You can put the cord in the bottom. I have like a 25-foot XLR cord. So this was the first mic I had. Use it like this. It has a really good sound. I think I paid less than $200 for this mic. This one is also a Sennheiser mic. I didn't realize that. So yeah, it's also a Sennheiser mic, but this is like a wireless one. So definitely invest in one of the two, just have one. If you're an MC, you should have a mic. It was just a good investment. Another big mistake that rappers make is that sometimes we forget our lyrics, or they forget their lyrics. I've never used to forget my lyrics. I did that more recently than anything. And the reason why is because I was not practicing. Something you need to do, even if you feel like you know your own music, you need to practice. When I first started out performing, I was in my living room going over the songs over and over and over again, going over the flows over and over and over again. With my show mix, I'm going to be playing that show mix, and I'm going to be practicing it. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna be practicing rapping the words. You know, the lyrics aren't in there, the lead vocals aren't in there, so it's just gonna be me rapping it, you know, holding my mic, looking how I'm gonna be moving. Nothing is more boring than watching somebody perform just like this, just in one spot. Like, even though we're rappers, we still have to have some type of thought to what we do. We can't just be aimlessly going around stage. So you're gonna have to move around and like maybe crouch down a little bit, maybe like, you know, put the mic out to the crowd. And that gets me into my next point. A big mistake I see people making is they're not engaging at all with the crowd. I went to this concert with some pretty poppin' artists in North Carolina, and I seen people like literally rapping to their hype man, like rapping, like not even looking at the crowd, just rapping to their hype man. I don't care how many people out in the crowd, you better find somebody to look at. And if you have nerves and stuff, you just gotta transfer all them nerves and all that energy into the performance, because you're gonna have to perform nervous or not. And you rather have a good performance and be nervous than to be all nervous and like, you know what I'm saying? You rather do it because you're gonna make the best impression that way. So transfer all your nerves, take it and kill that. You don't got no option but to kill it, you know? So, and if you're practicing, you're not gonna forget your words or nothing like that. So you got this in the bag. What are you nervous for? And if you are, take that energy and put it towards greatness. So just a tip that I'm gonna add, if you can and if you have time in your set, try to start off the show with a little acapella, whether you're doing an acapella of your verse that you're about to do. Like say you start off and you do your verse and then you're like, DJ spin that Unless you do that, you know, you can start off with the acapella just to get the crowd engaged. Like, hey, look, I can rap before I get into my song. It's a really good way for me when I start off with an acapella to get people like interested, and you can get the crowd involved. If you have a phrase that the crowd can say, you can coach them and say, hey, say this phrase, you know, say I get high so I don't feel the lows. Now when I say I get high, you say so I don't feel the lows. So I get high so I don't feel the lows. Yeah, y'all got it. DJ spin that shit. All right, bet, let's go. So like that's another thing you can do if you want to keep the crowd engaged. Also, you can have them do claps, you know, tell people to clap. I did that before, did an acapella and told them to clap during my acapella. I think I'm gonna do that next week. Also, another thing is like if you're dealing with like if you're running out of breath during your performances, it's definitely good to be working out and get you like or running or something, running and performing when you're practicing, so you're not losing your breath or nothing like that during your performance. So to have good breath control, you gotta kind of, you know, work your lungs and be in shape a little bit. I would recommend doing some type of cardio while you're practicing that way, or jumping around. I used to be jumping around while I'm practicing to make sure that I wasn't running out of breath or anything like that. Another really good thing, a lot of times I think what's ignored in hip hop is that a lot of people are not using live instrumentation. So if you have an opportunity to bring in live instrumentation to your set, or if you're putting together a show, consider booking at least a drummer or a pianist, somewhere to where you can bring in live instrumentation. It really does add to the aesthetic of the show. It really does add to the sound. It brings it to life. So if you can book a drummer or add any live instrumentation, that's always a plus. Another huge mistake that I see artists doing when you perform, and I've seen some really good people perform that don't shout out their IG or Instagram or name before or after they perform. And if you do it before, make sure you do it after, because I might not be tuned in before your performance, but your performance might be that damn good that once I see you perform, I'm like, who is this person? I've had several times where someone has performed and I'm like, this was amazing, this was awesome, let me go follow them. And then they don't shout out their social media, they don't have no banners or nothing on stage, and I don't know their name, and I can't find it, and I'm not about to go on my way posting clips of them on Instagram like, can anybody find this artist? No, because you should have just shouted yourself out. Well, I don't know why people are not shouting themselves out before and after they perform. If I don't get a proper introduction, I'm gonna let you know, what up everybody, I go by ReeCee Raps after I'm done performing. Again, ReeCee Raps. Find my project on all major platforms. The Diary of a Pothead EP. Just search ReeCee Raps. That's ReeCee Raps on all major platforms. Also, you can find me on Instagram. Follow me, keep up, subscribe to my YouTube. That's gonna be ReeCee World. Make sure y'all follow me and subscribe and hit the bell notification. Definitely make sure you're doing that before and after so they keep hearing your name. If you can, have somebody in the crowd while you're performing passing out your flyers. That's really helpful so people can really know who you are. While you're performing, they're passing out flyers or CDs, and you can even let them know, I got my homie passing out flyers around, so make sure y'all grab a flyer from them. I got them coming around and doing their rounds. I got CDs. Make sure you have any type of, if you have any merch, that's good to have. You can do merch giveaways, give away a shirt for after your performance or something like that. You can do so many different things to keep you in people's heads so you're remembered. They see so many performances, you gotta be memorable. So with practicing, working the stage, engaging with the crowd, doing a little acapella, you know, not cuffing the mic so they can actually hear you, and not forgetting your lyrics and not rapping over your song, I think you can do pretty good with people remembering who you are after you're done and actually getting a follow. And if you got people passing around flyers, that flyer is gonna stay with them forever. So definitely get flyers if you don't have nothing else. On top of the flyers, you wanna have banners. So I'm getting my first banners. That's something I should have been done, but I'm getting actual banners so I can have that up while I'm performing and you can see that. So any videos taken of me, you're gonna see my name in the background, because sometimes people take video of you and they don't tag you in it because they might not know your IG. It's good to say your IG beforehand too, because if they want to tag you during the performance, they can. Having those banners up is so you don't have to do all that and it's just up there already. So have the banners if you can, have CDs if you can. I've made a lot of money off of CDs and I don't even charge for them. I say I'm taking donations. A lot of people give me $2. A lot of people give me $5. Some people give me $20. Some people give me $10. It's whatever you think it's worth. I'm taking donations, but you're giving me something. I've always made all the money back that I've invested into CDs. So I've never came out with a loss. Even if you're giving out your CDs for free, which I don't recommend, they still get that music, but they don't appreciate it as much if they didn't pay for it. Another tip for you guys is to always bring high energy. Nobody wants to see somebody boring on stage with monotone style. So I think one of the biggest compliments that I get is that I have a lot of energy when I come on. So you can feel it. It's infectious. So you can't expect the crowd to give you energy if you don't give energy to the crowd. And don't cuss out the crowd, please. Okay, so those are the tips that help you be a better performer as a rapper, and definitely let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any other tips that I missed or any other tricks that you like. Definitely like, subscribe, comment, thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't like the video, but at least tell me why so I can get better. Definitely subscribe to my channel. This is ReeCee World, where you take back control of your creativity, career, and catalog, and make sure you hit the little bell so you can see when I post next. And let me know how you like this video, and also let me know what else you will want to see me talk about. I definitely have a bunch of topics and I'm all about what you guys want to see, so I would love to help you grow as an artist as I grow as an artist as well. Make sure y'all stream the Diary of a Pothead EP on all major platforms, and check me out and follow me on Instagram at ReeCee World. Thank you guys for tuning in.